Today will be the part 2 of the US Tech Tree, more specifically the battleships. So, once you're in Tier 7, you have the option of grinding the main line, which will be through North Carolina to Montana, which we tackled yesterday. Now we're gonna tackle the newly added hybrid to the US Tech Tree, which is the Nebraska up to Louisiana. So, Nebraska technically has the same hull as the North Carolina. Guns are the same, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the same Mark 6 406. So, yeah, as you can see, this is a abomination that Wargaming introduced to the game. But sure, I may say that it's an abomination. Uh, I actually hate Nebraska, but the skin looks nice. I have one, but I sold the ship. Okay, the camo is permanent, so there's nothing wrong with it. It looks cool, but we'll check the armor. So since this is similar to North Carolina, the bow is 32 mil, deck 32, upper belt 32 mil. This armor belt and the main armor belt would be 205. Citadel, 165 here and 305 here. What's this? Torpedo protection. Else this shit. I think the deep water torps will wreak havoc on this ship. So, as you can see, there is a fucking massive island on the midship till the aft. So these are the hangar or the aircraft squadron. Um, Flight tech is 32 mil. I think armor piercing bombs will go through this thing. So if we remove that forsaken island, so that thing's freaking huge. Yeah, like I said, it's a hull of North Carolina. The AA layout on the bow is the same. This is basically the stock configuration. The bow. It's quite easy to citadel this thing. Actually, it's quite hard because it sits below the waterline. But even if you're broadside the higher caliber guns, 406s and above, there's a chance that you can get citadeled. Armor piercing bombs are also a threat because your flight deck is so thin, 32 mil armor. Um, I don't know. I haven't really experienced that much game with Nebraska because I hate the guns on it. So to check survivability of this ship, 62,000 HP, torpedo protection at 23%. Aircraft squadron are SBD Dauntless. I believe it has like 5 squadron per flight. So you can launch the planes every 2 minutes in this hybrid ship. It's the same for all that. It's the same as the tier 9 and tier 10. Okay, 46 Mark 6, 30-second reload. Super heavy AP shells. The shell velocity on this one is abysmal, so you might ought to use HE shells when dealing to medium range, at least around 17 kilometers below. But if you're confident in shooting at far ranges and get an accurate hit, you can do so with HE shells because the AP shells are too slow. Though the alpha on this one is quite big, 13,000 100. Okay, so I think this will be great for close engagement. There's also the dispersion is ship in this one. So yeah, you get airstrike or depth charges as well. AA defense on this one is great because yeah, all of North Carolina AA defense is tough on this one. I'd say it's better than North Carolina. It just a tad bit better, I'd say. So 30 knots speed, turning radius 760 meters. It's quite nimble. I mean, the turning radius is tight. Concealment on this one is 15.2, can be lowered with concealment mod. I believe around 14 kilometers, 13.9, 14, 15.2, 35, something. And if your commander skill build would be with concealment mod, I mean concealment expert, I think it can go down to around 13. I could be wrong, okay? But yeah. So great ship when you're using HE shells, AP shells is shit on this one in long ranges. Reload time for the bombers 2 minutes. So let's proceed with the now let's check the equipment. So here's the get fighter consumable, standard repair party, damage con party. So yeah, and in this one, see the upgrades here. I think it would be better if you go straight for the upgrade on the place, the SP2C Helldiver. Additional damage for that. So the loadout for this one will be main armaments mod 1, damage con system mod 1. Uh, I'm not entirely sure which I picked, but I'm pretty sure I did choose the artillery plotting room. Damage con system mod 2, but you have the option of going for this. So it's either this or this, but I'd recommend you go for this one, the standard battleship mods. So in the last slot would be concealment system mod 1 standard. Okay, now we'll proceed with Delaware. Truthfully speaking, Delaware is a fun ship. This is an Iowa hull. Okay, so it gets the Mark 7 turrets from the Iowa. There's this odd looking turret. Okay, it's one of its kind. So as you can see, the silhouette on this one is a bit okay than Nebraska, I'd say. So let's check the armor. Let's bring this shit back. So still the 32 mil bow. This time the deck is 38 millimeters thick. I mean the flight deck. The main deck 38 mil. So aft about 32 mil all around. Side armor 38 mil. This island shit is flammable. So yeah, you get caught easily on fire, especially those bastards with IFHE. It what's the ship that can give you troubles? Harugumo is one. You're in a tier 10 match, your bow will be set on fire. Aft midship is set on fire, which is annoying to deal with. because this thing is extremely flammable. It's like it's like coated with fuel or something. Then everything goes to ship. So Citadel on this one, I believe, yeah, it sits below the waterline. You know what? I forgot about the video that I made yesterday. So let's check Iowa's hull real quick. War. See, this Citadel is just waterline level. Meanwhile, on this abomination here, don't get me wrong, I call this abomination, but this is a fun ship to use. Okay, so yeah, you see this one. This is the casemate armor. Waterline is here. The Citadel is here, so it sits roughly below waterline. So it's hard to Citadel this thing unless he's a plunging fire, mainly from Yamato. I think there's a chance it can get Citadel, but on normal occasions it's hard to penetrate this thing because the Citadel is below the waterline. So yeah, that's the armor for this ship. Okay, HP pool 69,900, 25% torpedo protection. This bombers get SB2C Helldiver for this tier. That's a stock one. Artillery, you get the Iowa, the USS Iowa guns, the 406 50 caliber Mark 7 turrets. 30-second reload. Shell ballistics is okay. Pretty standard USS battleship ballistics. Then, like I said, this ship is good in not close, but mid-range engagement. Like those other players who play with Kearsarge or Keksarge, as what my friend call it. So, yeah. Also, the dispersion, this one is not bad. I'd say it's great in my opinion because I played my friend's account because he needs help grinding it. Dual purpose artillery, 127 mils all around the ship, but for some reason I've seen the content creator, Sea Lord Mountbatten. I think his Louisiana was built for secondaries and it looks kind of fun. I'm interested to do that run as well. You can check his video with about Louisiana. I think it got dumped somewhere in his channel. A defense on this ship is great as well. Can't say anything more about the AA defense on this ship. So there's also the fighter consumable with this ship as well. When you're launching planes, if you're uneasy that or you feel like the enemy CV will go after you, deploy the fighter consumable because that one has quite a long duration. 33 knot speed, same as the Iowa. Turning radius 920 meters, pretty much the same as the Iowa. Rudder shift, stock is 24 seconds. Concealment on this one 16.2. With concealment mod, probably around 15 or 14.9. I don't know. I don't know the exact value because I haven't really checked on it. So let's check on the equipment. So you get this 6 slot. So pretty standard loadout for US battleships. So we get the artillery plotting room mod 2 on the 6th slot. This one would be concealment. Here, I'd say I'd recommend the damage con system mod 2. But you have the option of going for this one if you feel like so. You have to do some hybrid thing. Okay. Yeah, you can go for this one, but I'd recommend this one. So this one, I wouldn't do the main battery modifications too. I go for this one instead, the main artillery plotting room one, because you have to reduce your dispersion. What was this dispersion of this one again? It's 256 meters. Yep. So yeah, pretty standard here. Damage common system mode 1 and main armaments 1. So same for this one. I recommend that you go for the 81 Sky Raider, because why the hell not? This one is a fast aircraft. This is the same aircraft that you'll be getting in Louisiana later on. It's quite powerful, so nothing will go wrong if you go for this one. As with, you know, artillery plotting room 2, dispersion is reduced by 11%. With this, another reduction here. So technically it's about 16% reduction. Firing range is increased by 16%. Stock firing range on this one is 19.6. So that's about 24 kilometers-ish, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around that. So consumables, standard repair party, damage con party, and fighter consumable. So this one lasts for 90 seconds, and the patrol radius on this one is 3 kilometers. And lastly, we'll go to Louisiana. So here's the loadout for my Louisiana. Yeah, I'm using the Air Group Modification 3 for some reason. Um, and the rest are pretty standard loadout for the American battleships. Okay, so planes get BTD destroyers. You know what? Cross the one I mentioned for the 81 Sky Raider. Actually, I like the 81 Sky Raider on Delaware, and but this thing here does the job pretty well. So let's take a look at the ship itself. So this one basically is a Montana hull. Okay, armor 32 mil bow, upper belt 38, deck 38, flight deck 38 mil, the ship island, the superstructure itself 19 millimeters, so extremely flammable. There's a shell catcher here, so you have to be careful, and it's quite imposing if you turn your back on your enemies. So yeah, Citadel. Couldn't really see Citadel. So it just sits above the waterline a little bit, or I'm not really seeing it here. Yeah, it sits above the waterline a little bit. What's this? Is it a reboot? Oh, I've seen something. 6 millimeters. Okay, enough amazement. So yeah, the armor belt in this one is quite thick, so I'd suggest you angle if you're doing close engagements with this ship. And you have to bear in mind that the rear turrets have a terrible angle, so most of the time you angle like it's nearly exposing your broadside. So you have to be really extremely careful and position the ship really well when it comes to Louisiana. So health points on this one quite similar to Montana, 96,300, torpedo protection 35%, aircraft PTT destroyers, one attack flight plan every 2 minutes. So unlike carriers that has a limited air group, this one you have unlimited air groups. So quite the cheat. This one still has the Iowa guns, the 406 caliber 50 caliber Mark 7. So 2 by 3 on the front, 1 by 4 at the rear. Get this dual purpose gun, acts as a defense at the same time. Airstrike for depth charges. A defense on this one, I couldn't say anything. It's the best because it has the 76.2 millimeter AA gun, which is which you can see on the Des Moines as well. So continuous damage for 39, black shell explosion 1680 with opposing, which will go 6 kilometers once detected. Yeah, the air radar speed 31 knots, turning radius 950 meters, rudder shift 18.6, concealment 15.1. So hold on. Yeah, I have the concealment mode. So that's the that's the this is with the concealment mode 10.1. So I'm planning with the commander to get concealment as well. So the concealment will go down to 13.6. Okay. So yeah, that is my plan for this ship. That way I can get into a close engagement without getting detected so early in the game. So yeah, this is just another video for the US Tech 3, more specifically the hybrid battleships of the American Navy. So my tackle in the next video would be the snipers of American battleships. So if you like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more general overview of the Tech 3's in-game that we have at the moment. See you guys in the next vid. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.